Happy belated birthday, Marines. Miss y'all. Uh, this is the time of year that I think about you guys. I go through basically everyone I can remember and just think about all the shit, like your quirks, the times I was like, fuck you, all of it. This year on the Marine Corps birthday, I sent it. I went ahead and I got a motivational tattoo. I want to show you guys, look. Instead of an eagle, I got a griffin. It's cooler. There's a lot to that, I was gonna do just a straight up globe, but there's somebody who commented on my channel and their profile picture was this, and I freaking love it. Sorry. Welcome to my channel. I may or may not get your picture tattooed on my chest. I don't know, I think it's beautiful. It represents Earth perfectly. There's tons of layers to that as well. Yep. Went full send on her. Just want to give everybody like an update. It's easier for me just to film it and then send it out, and then so people are tracking. The furlough was rough on me. I came out of planting season exhausted, like a bad kind of tired. It took me like a full week to just like feel well, kind of tired. So planting was rough. The rest of the furlough, I had a lot of time to think about what in the hell I'm doing, and I'm not sure. I had this realization that like the political state of our government, like the state of our government is like we've gone beyond like having an issue that we argue about, work together on, argue about, and then do it, and then move on. We no longer do that. We now argue about who gets complete control over doing the thing. It's no longer like a cooperative thing, it seems like. And then we're also arguing about just like the basic governance, basic structure of our government. Like, we've entered into some strange times, and I don't know if I want my livelihood to be tied to an entity that is like rapidly shifting. You get what I'm saying? There is a literal plan. Like in the beginning, people were like, oh, that plan's not real. That doesn't exist. And now, like a solid 70+% of that plan has come true to the T. It's in a well-formatted document, right? And if you read the section about public lands, it basically, like, it's kind of like goes with the overarching theme of the document of like collapsing the federal government and turning it over to like state or industry management of the lands. Like that's the synopsis of it, right? The idea of like, let's get it out of federal control and turn it over. So like the pragmatic part of me is like, can't you just read the writing on the wall or the writing in the well-formatted document? Like, it's been rough and it's gonna continue to be rough. You know what I mean? So I've had like all of these epiphanies just now, I guess. And then there's this piece of me that is like the bleeding heart, like almost like mourning what is going on, because I love what the Forest Service embodies. The way that like we aim to manage the land is from this perspective of all American peoples own this jointly. It's our land. And, we are to work together to come to a decision on how it should be managed. And we embody all of the, try to embody all of the desires of all stakeholders, from, the hippies to the cowboys. Which is cool. I love that. It's a gift, but it's also a curse because it's really difficult to to make everybody happy. We don't, right? But the idea behind it is really cool, don't you think? I feel like it's, it sort of embodies like patriotism in my mind, like the mission of the Forest Service. I like that, where it's like a thing that we work together to take care of. Now, if you don't know, like national parks, that's something different. That's like a preservation. It's like this is a cathedral. This is like a museum. We're preserving it, keeping it, protecting it from people. The national forests are more of a working landscape type deal. We manage for timber, recreation. We have like a conservation, preservation bit of it all. And we do these projects where we put together like a timber sale, and the wood that comes out of the timber sale pays for keeping up the roads so people can go hunting and ride their four-wheelers around and their dirt bikes. It pays for upkeeping the trails and the campgrounds, and it pays for really cool science programs and community outreach. We work with the tribe. Like, there's just so many layers to it, right? And it's like through the timber sale that we fund all of this stuff. And then whatever's left goes to the Federal Reserve. And when we come up with these plans, it's a team of professionals, like people with graduate degrees in hydrology, soils, biology, ologies, right? And we come together and we make a plan. And I like to think that they're well thought out plans. Sometimes we think it out a little too much, right? But the idea, the concept is good, okay? And then we put the plan out, and then there's public review. And that's the best part of it, right? Because it's everybody's land and you get to put your 2 cents in. And everyone, Joe Schmo down the road, gets to type out his paragraph and say what he wants to say about it, and we have to address it. We have to literally sit down, read it, talk about it, respond to it, and make it public record. That's cool, okay? Joe Schmo gets a say. And that takes us a long time. That's one of the downfalls of the whole thing. We get sued a lot because everybody hates us. That's another downfall. But at large, I really dig that mission. We manage it as a forest and not as a crop. There's a big difference there between the way the industry goes about it and the way that the Forest Service goes about it. And I like the Forest Service way. That's just me. If I had to work with industry, I would quit. I am not running a farm. I'd just be a farmer. Grow some potatoes. I don't know. So I'm torn because I love the institution. I think that it represents it literally represents our democracy, and it's very patriotic, and I love that. And I love working with all of the people I work with, blah, blah, blah. I love it. But I realize that might not be that here soon, right? I'm quite torn. I don't know what to do. So what I've done is I'm just trying to cast a large net. I've been obsessed with starting a seed orchard for years, and I feel like I've been in sort of a stagnant state, and maybe this will push me out of that limbo, sitting around and waiting for people or situations to come through that aren't, you know what I mean? In a way, it kind of feels like that. So I've sent out a bunch of documents to people that kind of lay out what I want to do for research, and I'm just going to see where it goes. I think that doing specifically genetic tree improvement right now is kind of beyond me. Right, that's more of you're doing a PhD and you have a lot of money, a lot of support. I'm not there yet. But what I can do is I can go focus on the drone, the collection of the seeds for the seed orchard, right? And I think pretty easily get money for the drone aspect. They already have the drones, if I'm a student, I can use them. And it's kind of a method that I think would be advantageous to industry as well as like science. Collecting for a seed orchard, or collecting for like making crosses, but also just collecting straight up out of the seed orchard. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think that that's a go. So I'm making moves that way much more seriously. And we'll see what happens. There's a lot of content coming from seed collection this year. I learned a lot. I had a really great year. It was hard, but it was good. I learned a lot. So I'll have an ending. I'll post all of those videos about the tree climbing, and then I'll have like a climbing debrief for you. I will be building a beanbag launcher gun. What else? Yeah. For the people who've just been randomly, walking this path with me, I'm grateful for you, and I hope that you're doing well. So, toodles for now.